Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Debug Lounge, our show about game developers, just giving them opportunity to talk to the community, show them what they're passionate about, talk about their games and their projects, and basically just share their story with you. So we're going to get started today. Today we have Vahagn Movsesian on the show, and he's going to talk about his projects, what he's been working on, how he got into game development, and I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. So welcome to the show, Vahagn.
Welcome.
Hey,
How you doing? All
welcome.
right. So just to get things started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and just how you got into game development?
Yes, so I am a full-time student in engineering university, and I'm also an indie Unity game developer. And I'm 19 also. Uh, I don't know what to say other
Okay.
things.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
you can
it's
help me.
okay.
Yeah, no problem. Cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting, being so young, I guess. Well, in the university, but I know I didn't really. I mean, I started programming early, but I didn't really, get into the groove of actually creating new games for myself until I guess almost after college, really. Well, in college, late college, but yeah, it's interesting just being, at a youthful age and just the fact that technology is so readily available. These game engines are so available for people to just create games at whatever age. They don't have to go out and spend a lot of exorbitant amount of money to start creating games. So that's really cool just to be 19 in school, and while you're at school, just being able to create games for yourself. So
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I love to see people with that passion that they're in school, which is difficult because you have tests and you have to study to keep up your grades, and they have time to make their own games. So that tells a lot about you, and it speaks really well, man.
hmm
So awesome. So let's say, um, do you have any project or game that you're working on right now?
Yes, I have. I have an ongoing project, but I wouldn't uh, talk about it now. But I'm very curious about talking about it on possibly in the future interviews and hopefully. Uh, but now I want to talk about a project which I have left undone in last year. Um, uh, I want to talk about it because I want to get back the motivation and to maybe after the interview I will have new ideas and new cool things to include in my game. So may I
yeah,
talk
yeah, for
about the
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
game?
talk about
Yeah.
the older game. Anything that you
So
wanted to talk about.
my game is about sheep sorting. It's called sheep sorting, and the game is about sheep's if you guess, and uh, sheeps are coming out from the barn, and there are borders uh, in front of it of the barn, and you should by swiping right or left reposition the borders to let ships go in the right direction.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have
Uh,
a? Is what type of game is it? Is it like a console, mobile?
it's mobile game. It's a casual game, casual style.
I love
Um,
the type of games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is
uh,
it? Did you release it on iOS and on Android or just in Android?
just in Android, but I don't see problems to release it on iOS too. It's as I said, it's undone, so I haven't done it already. I haven't released it on iOS.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage you to release it on iOS. It's always good to have it in both platforms because of the number of users that they have. So
Yes, I
you
agree.
never know.
Yeah. So what inspired you to make this sheep sorting game? Like what inspired you? Or were you thinking like, hey, let me just create a sheep sorting? Is there something like in life that happened, or how it inspired that?
It's very interesting story, I think. The inspiration came from the TV show where the guy who introduced New Zealandian culture showed, that in New Zealand there are many chiefs, even more than people, and 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 he said he showed the that the farmers everyday tasks farmers there, and showed that farmers every day are performing interesting kind of task where they are sorting every day. They are sorting their sheeps by their color and gender, so they can control them easily. And the introducer guy said that he would play that kind of game on his smartphone. So I
Okay.
decided, why not? I can create that game.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So you say that you're a Unity indie game developer, so I guess you used Unity for that game. But did you use any
Yes.
special plugin, or what type of
No,
Unity functionalities did you use?
I used Unity without any plugins. I used Unity's UI features, uh, um, animations, and and other Unity things, like I used Profiler.
To optimize it and
I used instead how to say, I used
and is
also
it
3ds Max,
my bad.
Okay.
Photoshop for
So you did
texturing.
this. You did all aspects of the game by yourself.
Yes,
You did
yeah,
the programming, the art, and all the
yes.
interactions. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's cool when you. That's what I love about the indie community is just like how people are. I wouldn't say. I guess I could say stretched, or some individuals are stretched to do things beyond what they maybe are most passionate about. But in order to deliver a game,
Yes.
they can do the art for it. They can do the math or the programming for it and the marketing for it. Or even just the research for it. And seeing that you found this game that a guy on the TV said, hey, this would be a cool game, and then you created a game for it. So that's really cool. Like you cover all aspects, and I'm pretty sure your skill set is it requires a huge amount of skill to be able to touch every piece of game development. So it's
Yeah,
really
there
cool.
are people that do it not only because they have to, because they don't have anyone else, but because they like it. Like for
Yeah, yeah,
example, Andrew love to do everything, like design and programming. So,
yeah.
yeah, he's super skillful, but he loves it.
Hmm. Cool. So yeah,
Yes.
what's Vahagn, what was like your, I guess, the most challenging thing you've had to engage in when you're creating this former game or even this new game that you're working on? What's been the major challenge you've found?
I had a challenge, biggest challenge, where when I was creating the ship model and skinning, rigging some simple, but it was simple, but it was hard for me.
Hmm.
Um, I wanted ships and the whole game to be in cartoon style, so it the modeling of ship was the biggest challenge, I think, and I tried many kind of things, and it took me so long. It took me uh, a month maybe for only for sheep, and I wanted it to be a as low poly as possible, and to look nice in on ice, um, and that's it. 3D modeling of sheep and animation.
So I guess the game is in 3D, mobile
Yes,
3D, and
yes.
the user interface. You use the Unity new UI system. Is it free, or you have to pay for it, or what are you using? Advertisings for the monetization strategy, or is completely free?
No, I haven't added the features yet. It's free game,
Cool.
so I haven't added yet because it's like it's in I don't I don't know if I think it's in alpha version,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Gotcha.
Is it
Cool.
important to add system or not?
Yeah, monetization a little too early, but yeah, I understand.
Yes.
So one question I had is, you said that the whole modeling of the sheep took like a month. So I'm curious, like, what has been like the total timeline for this game? Has it been something that you've kind of did really quickly, or is it something that's has taken a long time as far as like the engineering side and the art side has just been a long process, or is it like how long is your timeline? Has been your timeline so far?
Uh, coding was coding part was really uh, fast for me. It didn't took me so long, and but 3D modeling was biggest challenge,
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
and modeling all in environment was also took me also very long time.
Gotcha.
M month for environment and a month for sheep.
Exactly. Cool.
So how did the launch of your game go? Like, did you made any um, marketing strategy? Did you release it on social medias and stuff like that? You told your friends. What did you do?
No, no,
Yeah.
I can count on my hands how many downloads I have.
That's cool. That's the first
That's
project.
okay. Yeah, just send me the address and you're gonna have one more.
Yeah, one more. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll watch it.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, I guess on the opposite side of like your biggest challenge, what has been like your biggest like I guess success point or you know praising point in this project? What made you most excited about the project, or was like the
Uh,
easiest thing to do? I guess.
Easiest thing in the project was Unity. Unity because it supported very well and I didn't have had any problems with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Unity.
he would be the
Yes,
exception.
and Unity community helped me a lot.
That's
Okay.
good.
Cool. So
That's
did you
good.
like go on a lot of forums or YouTube videos? Like, what made you?
Yes,
What?
I
Okay.
not YouTube videos. I don't like them because they are concentrated on a very concrete problems. I think forums helped me a lot and the most
That's
helpful.
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually one of the problems. Yeah, you do get with YouTube videos. Not this video. This video is going to be amazing, but
Yes,
like
true.
YouTube tutorial videos can be a real problem, especially when because games are so complex, so you can't really predict or answer a question, concerning a game in a YouTube video. It's really hard to do that and pinpoint a problem. So yeah, I think that was exactly right. It's just like it's really complex to find an answer in a YouTube video. Whereas on Stack Overflow or Unity Answers, people
Yes,
can talk about and elaborate on complex, at least give you like some vision behind how something might work. So
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
really
I do. Let me clarify. I do like YouTube videos, but I recognize that they can get older, and even though they have the same topic, it's not the same thing. Like the code
Mhm.
behind it changed, the APIs changed, so you have to have that in mind when
Yeah.
you research. Um,
yes, and as Unity is 10 years old already, you can find in forums uh, like 8 years old answers
Mhm.
where
yeah,
now they aren't applicable.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. No, but I'm glad that you didn't have too many problems with or any problems with Unity, because usually what happens is, yeah, Unity helps a lot, but sometimes you have like errors, things like that, like bugs of the engine that make it a little bit tricky to
Yes.
develop. But Unity is awesome. Like I
Yeah.
use it all the time.
Yeah. Cool.
In my ongoing project, um, I had performance issues, and Profiler helped me a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do love their switch because before Unity was it Unity 5? I can't remember, but in I think
Yes.
4 something, before they allowed the profiler to be like accessible to the free, indie license, it was like really hard to profile things. You really didn't have that information. So now that they added the profiler to it, it made
Yes.
finding those bugs or finding those memory leaks really easy and really helpful to the indie developer. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's just good. It's really good. How about I guess you want to wrap things up, Eduardo, with the famed advice question.
Yeah. There's any piece of advice that you would like to give to our listeners? So anything like any experience that you had, and anything that you would wish you know at the beginning.
Um, I can't say I known in the beginning, but I guess the most important advice I can give to any, especially indie game developers, is to create any kind of game, maybe the easiest one, the ugliest one, but to finish it. And I've heard that advice from you also.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely a
Uh,
really good piece of advice.
and
Because go ahead.
and thank you. And when you are finishing your first game, you feel more confident, and your skills are getting into new higher level.
That's
Uh,
true.
but I'd say also that you should always try new things,
Hmm.
not always making the easy games, or I don't know, kind of thing.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
some point, I guess you have to get out of your comfort zone and just try new things and be
Yes.
original. That's
yeah.
always fun.
Yeah, we actually got the similar piece of advice in our previous Debug Lounge episode about just being creative with your projects. So yeah, it's really being original, being creative, because going beyond what you're comfortable with is how you grow
Yes.
as a game developer. So it's really
And
good.
I feel on me that sometimes I'm trying to find another games how the other developers um, uh, made the UI, how it is more accessible, and some other things. But I feel that you can only rely on your creativity, and that would be your own game. It wouldn't be any similarities or other things. It
Yeah,
may become a very popular game.
Gotcha.
exactly. You never know.
Yeah,
Maybe your game
exactly.
is the next big thing. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Cool. Vahagn, one more actually, I guess tangential or slash maybe a compliment question to this advice question, but like as a student, as a 19-year-old university student, is there any other advice or maybe just the same advice you would give to someone that's in your position who's still in school, who's still working on schoolwork and coursework and trying to build a company or build a game? Like, is there something specific to that being in that particular position that you want to speak to or that you had to deal
I
with?
think I would say just don't waste your time.
Hmm.
I love this guy.
Work hard,
Exactly. This guy's good.
work hard, and believe in your future.
Yeah, that's really good.
Nice. That's
I
really
always
good.
try to do that, man. When I see myself watching a series or something, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm wasting my time. No, let's go back and do something useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, just always be careful, people. Don't get it too serious. You always have to take a break. But
Yes.
listen to this piece of advice and yeah, don't waste your time.
Yes. Well said. Well said. Well, thank you so much. Thank you from the Debug Log, the Debug Lounge, Eduardo and I. We really can't say thank you enough to coming on the
Yeah,
show and being with us,
definitely. Thank
Vahagn.
you.
Um,
Thank you too for
yeah.
your podcasts, awesome podcasts.
Thanks.
Cool, appreciate it. So yeah, thanks again for coming on the show, and it was great talking to you. I can't wait to hear more about your next project, your ongoing project, and maybe we can have a follow-up conversation about it when it's released. So that'll be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, thanks again, and we're glad to have you on the show.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.